Hey guys, Rachel Capel here, and I'm back with another video. If you want to learn how to speak to yourself in the right way to attract all that you want in your event photography business, today's video is going to be the video that you're going to want to pay attention to. So let's get to it. All right, so today I'm going over the power of your words and how it can affect your entire life, your business, your partner, relationship, whatever it is. The words that we speak are super important, and I'm pretty sure every single person in the entire world struggles with this. And today we're going to go over some techniques that I use in my business and in my life on how to basically knock it out and use words and speak to yourself in a way that you can empower yourself and actually make money in your event photography business. So first off, I have to tell you, your spoken words are really important, and you might not think about like the things that you say on a daily basis until this video. It's very common because people just go through their life like kind of in autopilot and they don't look at the things that they're saying. So like one of the things that I have to continuously work on is saying things are hard, I'm overwhelmed, and I can get into this further in other videos, but your subconscious mind and conscious mind play huge roles of how your reality is shaped. And if you're saying things like it's really hard or I'm always rushed, I'm never on time, you're going to find that your outside world will reflect that. So you have to kind of consciously think about the things that you're saying. Like, are you saying like when you look in the mirror, like, oh my gosh, I just don't look good in this outfit, I don't feel good. Like you have to really start to watch what you say, especially we're going to relate this to business because this is what the channel's about, is like building your event photography business and succeeding to six figures. Like, are you saying things that clients are hard to come by, clients never pay me enough? Or are you saying things like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so amazing because they're going to pay my rate. Like, yeah, I'm a $5,000 photographer. Are you saying those things? So you have to be mindful of the words that are actually coming out of your mouth as well as what you're thinking. Okay, so you have to be really mindful of what you're choosing to like speak out and also speak to yourself internally. And I know this is going to take a little bit of practice, but just think of it like being a language. You know, you're just training yourself to think a different way. It's like exercising a different muscle. So let's go over a few things about the mind. So I'm going to kind of talk about the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. It might seem a little bit scientific and stuff for you, but right now I just want you to think of the two different, parts of your mind. So the conscious mind, its primary role is to gather information. So logical things in the outside world, it's kind of gathering the information for you. Now, the subconscious mind causes the body to do what it does. Our behavior is what determines our results. So the subconscious mind is kind of what makes you breathe unconsciously. You're not really thinking about it, but the conscious mind is what thinks, right? The subconscious mind is what makes you kind of function on a daily basis. So the subconscious mind, if you plant a seed in the subconscious mind, it's going to teach your conscious mind how to react externally. Okay. So think about it like feeding, like kind of like pumping a muscle, right? If you're lifting weights and doing weights over and over, you're going to get that muscle stronger. So if you're feeding your subconscious mind good thoughts and ideas and like essentially visions of what you want, your conscious mind is going to like kind of take over and do actions to produce those results, right? So it's really, really important how we think, because if we're thinking that we're not going to succeed in photography, you're not going to succeed in photography. And even though you could say all day long, I succeed in photography, in the back of your head, in your unconscious mind, your subconscious, you're going to think like, yeah, you're not going to succeed because you're not seeing the results. But if you plant a seed of like, in the Bible, it talks about just takes one mustard seed of belief that can produce a whole forest, right? You can literally create with one little thought actions, if you plant it in your subconscious, you'll think about it over and over, and then your conscious mind will create actions and activities to get you there. So that's why it's super important to think about how, you're speaking to yourself, the words that you're using externally and internally in your brain, like your thoughts about yourself, because you're going to create actions to basically prove yourself right. Okay, so use your imagination to form a new image of you and use repetition and emotion to place it into the subconscious mind. You need to feel through these emotions the new you. You need to feel the new person that you're becoming. You program into your subconscious mind through repetition, and the more you hear and see things in the subconscious mind, you create it. It's like a language. You must repeat it over and over. You need to use repetition and meditation to embed these new thoughts into your subconscious mind so you can actually take action via that conscious mind. So with all that being said, basically what I'm trying to tell you is that you have to plant the seed. You have to put it into the subconscious mind, and that will have to take place over and over through repetition of visualization and feeling, which I'll train you on in other videos, but this is just kind of showing you how you can speak to yourself. Because when you do this in the subconscious mind through meditation and quieting yourself and relaxing, then your conscious mind, which makes you do the activities, we said the conscious mind gathers information and it creates actions that produce results. But the subconscious mind is what makes us breathe and makes our heart beat and does all the things behind the scene that we don't even think of consciously. So you have to plant these thoughts and these images and desires into that subconscious mind so the conscious mind can take action and give you what you want, right? What you really want. But if you're thinking you're fat and you suck at photography, like, and that's the underlying video that you're playing in your head or the things that you're saying to yourself in your mind, like that's what you're going to create, right? And I know this because I've done it my whole life. I'm not exempt from it. I had to learn how to do this stuff, which is why I'm teaching you guys. Okay, so how do we put this into action and actually produce some results? So I'm just going to go over a couple of ways I did it in the very beginning of my career, because some of you may have taken my course and like, you know, I go over this in depth in my course, but if you're a brand new photographer, if you're struggling at six figures and you hit this video because you just want to figure out how to do it like now, these are the steps that I took. Basically, I was miserable in a marriage and I wanted out. I wanted happiness, enjoy my life, and I love photography. So I literally just saw myself as a photographer. I made a decision like, hey, I think I can make money at this. It's fun. I've made money assisting people, so why couldn't I make my own money? I made the decision and I just saw myself taking steps. Like I remember going on, and I know this is like going to totally date me, but I really don't care. I was on MySpace and I had a friend who was doing photography and she was really successful at it. Like she was gaining a lot of traction. And I'm like, gosh, if she could do it, I could do it. Right. So I would watch her and I would see her and I would like visualize. I didn't even know it when I was like on the computer looking at her imagery. I would just like go into a fantasy land and like play out me being like her. Right. So I would see it in my mind and like I would feel it. Right. And then fast forward down the road, I would visualize every day like that I had clients, that clients were coming to me, that I didn't have an issue like getting them, and then I was always shooting because I loved photography. So I would just always be shooting. Now I had a lot of issues in the beginning of my business, not knowing what business was all about. I had to learn that stuff. But as far as becoming a photographer and making six figures, I literally just saw myself every day charging more, getting more clients. And as those clients came in, because I planted the seed in my brain and I saw it, I started taking action. And every shoot that I would do, I would get better and better. And I was like so busy and I was just like, oh my God, I'm not getting paid enough. So I would raise my rates and the whole cycle would start. But the first thing you have to do is you have to make a decision. You have to see it. You have to see what you want. And then you have to visualize it. You have to meditate. So before I would wake up in the morning, like whatever it was that I want, let's just say, you know, event photography clients that would pay me at the minimum, you know, $3,000 or whatever. I would make $4,500 for an event back in the day, right? So like I would visualize that and see it. And literally because I would do that and see the happy clients and see the people coming to me, it literally would cause me to do actions. Like when randomly a friend, let's go to this networking event. Sure. I'd always say yes. I didn't have anything else to do. I had no kids or anything at the time. So I would go to the events and I would just have fun and I would meet people. And then people would say, oh, you're a photographer? Okay, well, I'm at this venue. And then I'd get on the venue list, you know, and I still to this day do it. And I still see myself every morning. I meditate in the morning and at night right before bed. So right when I wake up, right when I go to bed. And sometimes like in the middle of the day, like if I just want to chill, I'll just do like a 15-minute meditation. I'll see myself making the money that I want to make, you know, and whatever else I want to have, right? You just have to do the same thing. So it's through planting that seed into the subconscious mind and actually like meditating, quieting your mind, seeing it, feeling it, and acting as if you're the person that's going to have that. Act as if a photographer. You're the photographer that makes six figures, you know, that gets the clients, that understands how to charge properly. So you make top dollar, how to make those relationships so that you can get inquiries coming in consistently. I mean, I feel like I've been booking like every single day It's crazy. And at the minimum, every week I'm booking, multiple clients. The emails just come in over and over from the various avenues, client referrals, vendor relationships that I built. They just come, people knowing me, like it just comes and it becomes part of my paradigm, which we'll get into in another video. But if you meditate on it and you decide and you visualize it and you see it and you start like talking to yourself like that six-figure photographer, like, no, I'm not going to charge $200. I'm going to charge $500 an hour. I'm going to charge, $4,500 for an event, minimum $500 an hour, like that's what a six-figure photographer charges. You know what I mean? Like it's not rocket science. You don't have to figure out all the calculations that much. It's really, you do X amount of events a month, you're going to make six figures. So, but you have to price yourself right? Right. And so how does that six-figure photographer see themselves? Like, do they see themselves as like $100 an hour photographer? Absolutely not. Like you have to see yourself and step into that winner that makes the six figures. Okay. So meditation, visualization, decision, and using words that support whatever it is that you want unconsciously in your brain and, outwardly with your words that you actually speak. That's how you do it. And that's how you get to six figures in event photography. It's not hard. You just have to do it consistently. Okay. One of my favorite quotes is from Bob Proctor. If you can hold it in your head, you can hold it in your hand. So visualize, 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 and make sure to plant that seed in the subconscious mind so you can have, the life that you really want and make that six figures in photography that you've always been dreaming about. All right. So if you guys got value, make sure to subscribe and like. And if you're liking this content, let me know in the descriptions box below. I think it is a huge portion in creating that six-figure success in photography. I don't think I would have been able to do it if I hadn't mastered my mindset and used my mind to create it. So if you have questions and you're struggling to get to six figures, definitely reach out. My information's down below. I'm happy to chat with you. Schedule a meeting to see how I can help or maybe help you overcome a limiting belief. Or if you want to know stuff that you think that maybe I can touch on in these videos, just let me know down below. Information is all down below. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.